the other. Xhaka looking to set up the next one. Lacazette with not enough quality on the return ball. Here's Fletcher. Peters making his way forward from left back. Berahino's gone into the middle. And it goes towards Berahino. Well, Petr Cech got a touch on that. Sharp run inside the penalty area by Berahino.
You know he does really well, Eric Peters. He's looking up all the time, waiting for Berahino's run. Looks up, looks up. Once he starts darting across, that's when the ball goes in. Good header, good run by Berahino. Great save by Petr Cech. But well done, the left back. Very clever. Didn't want to release it too early. This usually having a diving header. I would have scored it, that's what he's thinking.
He's probably one of the few managers in the Premier League who might well have done. And we often get that reaction, don't we? And then think, well, hang on a minute, but with Mark Hughes, he probably would have found a way past Petr Cech, but we'll never know.
But the main thing is that where they are now, they're in the Arsenal defence.
In goes the corner, which comes off Hector Bellerin. They're going to get another chance here.
Steve Bowles called Olivier Giroud in.
I noticed, Steve, as well, that Hesse's got the goal and now he's taken over set pieces too. He's settling in okay here.
And Olivier wins 1-0.
Huge applause from the Stoke supporters for the new boy. Takes it short here to Choupo-Moting. In towards Shawcross, away by Mustafi. Fletcher can hit one. Choupo-Moting gets onto it too.
Oh, he was onside as well. Fast asleep Arsenal defensively, but when it gets cleared to Darren Fletcher, just slice the outside of his right foot, and you can see he's way onside. If he could only pull it back across the goal. He's got Shawcross, he's got a few having a tap in.
Well, he's going to be the first change, Olivier Giroud, which will bring an extra dimension to Arsenal. Well, they looked quite good together last week when he came on against Leicester. Lacazette and Giroud, the two Frenchmen. Here's Aaron Ramsey and now Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. No foul by Peters. Hesse plays an interesting ball forward towards Berahino. Now Mesut Ozil, Granit Xhaka. Lacazette to Ramsey. And then Danny Welbeck, the target again. Fletcher there to clear it. Here's Monreal. Ramsey. Ozil. Kolasinac to Lacazette. Stoke well organised at the moment, though. Here's Mustafi, and now Oxlade-Chamberlain, closed down quickly by Peters. Now Kolasinac.
They're in a nice shape at the moment, aren't they? A bit slow by Arsenal. They have to just be a little bit more potent, really. This is all quite nice. Look at the bodies behind the Stoke defenders.
They dropped the wing backs in to make it a back five and then sat Fletcher and Allen directly in front of the centre backs. Here's Mesut Ozil, Lacazette, Zuma in the way.
Yeah, that suits them. It's just this bit now. Once they clear the lines and try and get up, it's just wave after wave of Arsenal attack.
Here's Danny Welbeck. Hector Bellerin leaves it for him.
I just wonder how fit the likes of Hesse are. Match fit, certainly not. But what's his fitness like? He's had his hands on his hips and his hands on his knees a few times.
So here's the change. Yeah, it's Kolasinac who's coming off, one of the three centre-backs. And Olivier Giroud coming on.
Yeah, that's certainly an easy enough decision. Kolasinac has done okay, but they don't need three centre defenders.
Olivier Giroud scored twice here last season, and if he scores today, it'll be his 100th goal in an Arsenal shirt. And he'll go and play up top along with Lacazette and Danny Welbeck. Here's Mesut Ozil. Welbeck to Bellerin. Ozil. Here's Giroud. Little ball to Danny Welbeck. It's nicely worked, and Jack Butland there again. Olivier Giroud's first pass of the game was almost a very significant one.
Yeah, I think Danny Welbeck just takes an extra touch, doesn't he? And closes his angle down. If he could have got a shot away, lovely touch. One, get it away there, but a second touch was big and allowed Jack Butland to come flying out at him. In his defence, Zuma has got a grip of him. Diouf's doing well.
You can see the determination, Steve, couldn't you? The two Stoke defenders to try and close the gap on him.
Yeah, and the goalkeeper, he was out quick as well. It was a hard chance in the end, but it was a lovely ball by Giroud.
In by Xhaka, and Monreal was running in. Ramsey might get a chance to strike one. And Shawcross in the way. They just can't get out though at the moment, Stoke City. They're penned in by this constant Arsenal pressure. Looks like they've gone to a back four as well, doesn't it, with the change. Up it goes towards Ramsey. Wonderful take inside the box, and still fantastic control by Ramsey.
He's so dangerous, isn't he, running from deep? Yes, they've got three forwards who you mentioned, Welbeck, Giroud and Lacazette, but once Ramsey makes that run forward, he does it so well. But Mark Hughes wants them further forward. He wants them to push up.
Here's Peters. Oxlade-Chamberlain's dropped into that orthodox right-back position now with Bellerin on the left. And the two centre-backs you can see, Monreal and Mustafi. It's a straightforward change to make though, isn't it, Steve, with the personnel that he's got on?
No problem at all. They're not much of a threat, are they? They're 1-0 down, they're not much of a threat, the Stoke forwards. So you might as well go to a flat back four, push people further forwards.
The player alongside Arsene Wenger there, the former player Steve Bold, always thrived in a back four, didn't he, in an Arsenal shirt? Former Stoke player, of course.
I think if you're a team and you are playing against that Arsenal defensive, certainly today, Mustafi, Monreal in the centre of the three, and Kolasinac, you would fancy yourself, if you're one of the bigger sides, one of the challengers for Arsenal.
Here's Ramsey, who's been sharp today for Arsenal, without reward. Monreal to Bellerin. Mesut Ozil. They managed to find a gap here for Oxlade-Chamberlain, who can tee up Lacazette. Poor touch. Ozil on the follow-up. Important block by Fletcher.
What a block by Darren Fletcher with his head, but again.
And then Ozil again. And it had Jack Butland scurrying across his goal.
Yeah, it was Hesse down this side again. I think he's tired. I think he should come off. I know he's the match winner, but you see he's got no legs in him. He's only been in the country for a couple of days.
That touch in there, Steve, was so unlike Lacazette, wasn't it?
Yeah, you'd expected him just to control and smash it, didn't you? Butland had that one covered.
Well, we're going to see the first change here for Stoke, and I think you've called it, Steve. I think Hesse has quite simply run out of gas.
Yeah.
Only arrived in the country on Tuesday, thrown into the starting lineup. He's got the all-important goal. And he's going to be replaced here by Ramadan Sobhi, but this is the impact he's had today.
Yeah, and you see, he just keeps on his run. If anything, Monreal's the one who stops. I don't know whether he's trying to play him offside, but it's too late, and finishes it with a blob past Petr Cech. Now it's up to Ramadan Sobhi to come on and run his heart out for the remainder of this game and not get caught down the side. As Oxlade-Chamberlain's been a constant threat, but he's certainly done his piece for the day.
Found it so hard to score goals in Paris, found it so hard to actually get an opportunity in Paris, but he's done both today, given a place in the starting lineup, and he's rewarded Mark Hughes with the only goal of the game so far. And he can smile and look back on a successful first day in a Stoke City shirt. Whether it turns out to be the winning moment, we will wait and see.
Yeah, well, they've got Arsenal in the right place now. They just need a little bit of respite and keep them down there. Don't let them get out too easily.
Still potential match-winning options on the bench, though, for Wenger, the likes of Theo Walcott and Alex Iwobi, who are both warming up at the moment, along with Francis Coquelin. Here's Mesut Ozil. Lifts a lovely ball into Danny Welbeck. Monreal, Ozil, Giroud in the box, joined by Lacazette and Ramsey. Here's Welbeck. Giroud through towards Lacazette, but the flag's up. Won't count.
Yeah, I don't know whether. I think Aaron Ramsey was not offside. I think he was the one. If Lacazette would have had the patience to leave it. Let me have a look here, better angle. Yeah. Oh, that's a close one anyway. But you see, Aaron Ramsey. I thought he was going to strike it. Wow, that must be a millimetre. How on earth he's give that decision?
Well, the assistant who said offside is Simon Beck. There he is. No complaints from the man stood next to him, Mark Hughes.
No.
Now, there might be a different story coming from the lips of Arsene Wenger later.
To be honest, I think he got it right. But it was, you know, we're talking about, you know, an inch or something. It's an incredible decision from him.
Yeah. Just the right foot, wasn't it? Just slightly offside. Graham Poles had a look at it, and he says that the decision was right as well.
Yeah.
Those marginal calls that sometimes go your way and sometimes don't.
We castigate referees and assistants at time, but that was an amazing decision.
Here's Nacho Monreal. Everybody goal side of the ball for Stoke. That might well be the story the rest of the way. Just less than 17 minutes to go. Berahino in there to disrupt Ramsey. Aaron Ramsey in towards Olivier Giroud. Danny Welbeck was in behind as well. Now Bellerin. Little nutmeg on Diouf, but Choupo-Moting had slotted back in. So don't forget the Champions League qualifiers in midweek. Astana Celtic, that's on Tuesday from 4 o'clock on 2HD. And the following night, Liverpool with work to do against Hoffenheim. They've got the lead. That's at Anfield, 7 o'clock, 2HD and 4K UHD. And every Champions League playoff match is live across BT Sport. There's an opportunity there to counter-attack for Stoke. Had the chance to get Ramadan Sobhi in. But now they've got defending to do with Lacazette. And they'll get the corner.
Yeah, he was going crazy, Mark Hughes there. A chance to break forwards. Suddenly they're back defending again.
Peters felt the full force of that, didn't he? You talked about the block from Fletcher a few minutes ago, but he took one there. The Stoke left wing back. Plenty of football next weekend as well. BT Sports Score Saturday 2:45, 1HD and live on Twitter as well. Followed by Manchester United against Leicester from 5, 1HD, 4K UHD, and then Premier League tonight from 8 to wrap it all up. In goes the Xhaka corner. Flicked away by Shawcross for Stoke. Now Olivier Giroud. Lacazette. Nicely defended by Zuma, who didn't dive in.
Clever by Zuma, yeah. Just used the strength. That's what he thinks.
It's too early in the season to feel like that.
That's what we love, though, isn't it? It's every single game, whether it's the first or the last. A few of them were feeling it like last week when they were 3-2 down at Leicester. That's what we all love about it.
Yeah.
The emotions throughout a game.
Kick every ball and feel every moment. It's part of being a football supporter.
Brilliant.
Alex Iwobi, I think, is going to be coming on next for Arsenal, probably along with Theo Walcott.
It's all you need, more pace.
There's Ozil. Hasn't been able to unlock the door as yet. It's been a frustrating day for him so far, Steve, hasn't it? He was pretty frustrated against Leicester last Friday too.
I think it's hard at times when they drop deep and he has to, thread a ball through very small gaps when teams are just defending. It's bound to be difficult for him. See, Bruno Mars Indy's still out there warming up, so Mark Hughes must be thinking about using him sooner rather than later.
Cameron towards Sobey, who was strong against Oxlade-Chamberlain. Xhaka slid in for Arsenal. 13.5 minutes to go. Stoke 1, Arsenal 0. And the ball with Hector Bellerin. Here's Ramsey. Lovely ball lifted into Olivier Giroud, who's on for Arsenal. 13.5 minutes to go. Stoke 1, Arsenal 0. And he has to, thread a ball through very small gaps when teams are just defending. It's bound to be difficult for him. See, Bruno Mars Indy's still out there warming up, so Mark Hughes must be thinking about using him sooner rather than later. Cameron towards Sobey, who was strong against Oxlade-Chamberlain. Xhaka slid in for Arsenal. 13.5 minutes to go. Stoke 1, Arsenal. And the ball with Hector Bellerin. Here's Ramsey. Lovely ball lifted into Olivier Giroud, who's onside. And it might fall here for Xhaka. Now Lacazette. Stoke have been so good, though, at packing their penalty area with defenders. Joe Allen. Give it away to Oxlade-Chamberlain, and now there might be space for Arsenal to exploit. Oxlade-Chamberlain, and the block by Jeff Cameron, and Stoke will be happy to settle for the corner conceded.
Yeah, again, just giving the ball away by Stoke, wasn't it? Joe Allen that time trying to put Sobey in. Berahino made a nice run.
They're both ready. Walcott and Iwobi. Final instructions from Steve Bold. In goes the corner, and Mustafi's header over the top.
I think Steve Bold's just saying go and score, isn't he?
So Lacazette, the first change.
I think they're just trying to change positions, aren't they? It's going to be all about Arsenal carrying on attacking, but a couple of personnel changes might try and disrupt the Stoke defence. A bit more pace. I thought Lacazette's done well today. Again, he still looks sharp, even though he hasn't had the service that he's received in different games.
So that's all three changes now made by Arsene Wenger, with just over 11 minutes to go. Fletcher in there on Bellerin. Here's Aaron Ramsey. Bellerin towards Olivier Giroud.
This is the offside from Lacazette. Yeah, clear as day, just a couple of inches. But you see, what a finish. He's onto it, he pounces quick, doesn't he? And to the relief there, I think it's Eric Peters, he puts his arm up And now he knows what it's like to play Stoke away.
It won't make Arsenal fans feel any better, but at least they know the decision was right. Yeah. Simon Beck is the assistant with eagle eyes. There he is.
Yeah, I mean, they'll certainly feel... Now, we discussed at half-time, the Arsenal fans, that they should have had a penalty in the first half, but... Unfortunately, that's what happens. Crouchy's just been asked to warm up now.
Here's Alex Iwobi. Theo Walcott, who's going to operate down the right-hand side for the time being.
Very frustrating afternoon for the Arsenal fans. Huge amount of possession. Just haven't capitalised on the chances.
Well, the Stoke fans enjoying themselves, and so will he if they can get over the line. They didn't win in the Premier League until October last season, and they found themselves chasing pretty much the rest of the way. I know that he was so keen this season, Steve, to get an early win on the board and avoid the kinds of problems he's had early in the season for the past 2 seasons, really.
Oh yeah, we know what it's like, don't you? If you haven't won 2 in the first 2-3 games, the pressure starts to mount. We know it's ridiculous, but it happens, and he's had it last year, and he wants to sort it out straight away, and if he can do it against Arsenal. But he's kicked and headed every ball Mark Hughes on that sideline today.
Here's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's drawn a crowd this time. Iwobi. Monreal. Now Ozil. Joe Allen comes out to confront him. Now Walcott. Determined defending there by Peters, who's not only denied Walcott a path forward, but he's won his team an important free kick as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's just very clever, wasn't he? Wins the ball, but he's thinking about going to ground. You see him leaning across Theo Walcott and falling over. Doesn't want the ball, he wants the foul. Ironic cheers off the Stoke fans.
Here's Alex Iwobi. Time ticking by. Stoke City inching nearer the finish. Mustafi. Now Ramsey. Mesut Ozil. Walcott had just made a run in behind. Ozil instead goes the other way. Now to Aaron Ramsey. Lifted in towards Olivier Giroud, stabbed away by Kurt Zouma. Choupo-Moting can poke it through a gap, and it's going to find Hino. And now the jailbreak on for Stoke City.
Strange choice of pass there by... No foul.
Andre Mariner says play on. Mustafi in with a challenge. Peters has gone down and stayed down. The Stoke supporters were crying foul. Andre Mariner says play on. Here's Aaron Ramsey. Be interesting to see that again.
Yeah, Eric Peters rolled round about 3 or 4 times as if he was caught. Mark Hughes wants him to kick it out. Arsenal having none of it. Well, that went out in the first half.
Peters is still down and looks in quite a bit of pain as well.
Yeah, but it's not a head injury, so they don't need to kick the ball out. need to kick it out themselves.
Arsenal do eventually put the ball out of play, but without intent.
Мануэль Берама, Дiouf и Маркьюс очень обеспокоен нынешним положением дел в Стоуке. Команда Маута
вбив для своєї команди кілька хвилин, але я думаю, що все це буде компенсовано. Арсенал з м'ячем на чужій половині поля. Ось так по периметру обступили. Чужу штрафну зону перебувають не біля штрафного майданчика суперника, а на підступах до цього штрафного майданчика. Комбінують каноніри. Може бути перша втрата очок в нинішньому сезоні. Івобі. Мустафі навішує. Я не думаю, що до таких навісів футболісти Сток-Сіті не готові. Виходить голкіпер. Налітає на нього Олів'є Жиру. І Жиру фолить у боротьбі з Батлендом. Що мається на увазі? Арсенал має все ж таки якось по-іншому вирішувати це питання. По-іншому Арсенал має загострювати свої наступи. Є футболісти, здатні зіграти цікаво. Ось ці навіси від Мустафі у розрахунку, що Жиру там виграє повітря. Можливо, і виграє, так? Мартін Сінді вийде. Замість Пітерса. Перша поява Мартінса Інді. Вже як повноцінного гравця Сток-Сіті. Вітають трибуни голландського оборонця. Минулого сезону належав Порту, але виступав за Стоук на правах оренди. І вийшов на лівий фланг. Хоча Мартін Сінді – це за своїм покликанням центральний захисник. Причому, зверніть увагу, вкидає за бокової не Мартін Сінді, а Джеф Кемерон. Кемерон раніше здебільшого на фланзі грав. Правий захисник Кемерон. Зараз ніби непоганий пас, але Мартін Сінді на своїй позиції. Тут немає порушення правил. Алекс Івобі. Не так часто підключають і Волкота, і Івобі. Здавалося, то вони свіженькі. Здавалося, вони можуть щось організувати. Чемберлен подає Алекс Окслейд-Чемберлен. Чупомотінг. Повернув м'яч супернику Ерік Максим. Белєрін. Наче Монреаль буде прострілювати. Начо, а тут нікого немає. Рамадан Сопхі. Зупинка, так собі зупинка м'яча у Арна Ремзі. Хтось скаже, що Манчестер Юнайтед сьогодні взагалі не мав ніяких проблем зі Свонзі. Погоджуюсь. Там багато що залежало від першого забитого м'яча. Його забив Манчестер. А потім, коли вже суперник перебудувався, перейшов на гру 4 захисники і почав грати авантюрно, почав грати вперед, команда Жозе Мауріньо забила ще 3 в заключні 10 хвилин. Там не все так просто було. Як вирізав, а? Мустафі. Туди до власних вболівальників.